I want to chat about something that I've been seeing in a lot of different YouTuber streams, a lot of Nerf people talking about different gel blasters. And I think that's interesting. I happen to have a few gel blasters. I backed a Kickstarter from the Gel Blaster Surge a year or so ago. I have 4 of these blasters. With my backing, I think I have what works out to be about 250,000 gellets. I've fired through maybe 200,000 of those in the backyard. That is one really cool thing about gel blasters. I dumped a few of these from a bag into a bucket. I thought I was making a few hundred, and I feel like I made thousands and thousands and thousands. So that is cool. It can also be a bit of a pain. This Gel Blaster Surge, it's the only one I have experience with. I haven't used other ones. In fact, when I backed this Kickstarter, I didn't even really realize, I didn't know about gel blasters really at all. These little tiny biodegradable balls, you hydrate them in water. It takes a couple hours to get them up to size, and you can fit 400 gellets in this little hopper. And if you're wondering about the blaster, this blaster fires about 8 gellets a second. It fires them at about 150 feet a second, I think. I'm actually going to put a few over the chronograph. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So this all sounds really cool, right? Why? I remember seeing the ad for gellets. I'm like, oh man, is this going to make me not want to play Nerf as much if I can play with these gel blasters with my friends and not have to pick up any darts and not worry about ammo ever running out? My opinion after using these a few times is that they are really cool, but I think people get a little overly excited about them. And I guess I'll tell you why. Before I tell you why, let me fire a few rounds so you can get overly excited about them first before I talk about why you should temper that. So let's connect in this. It's a hopper fed blaster. Obviously, I'm going to move this so I don't accidentally spill it. That would be bad. I don't know how many are in here, but a lot. Once these are hydrated, you can keep them around for a couple weeks, they say. I've kept them around a lot longer than that because that's the other kind of downside. If you make a package and you don't end up playing, or you don't end up playing as much as you think, because you want to make sure you have enough because it takes 2 to 3 hours to hydrate them, there's a real planning factor. You end up with too many all the time. So it's good that they do seem to last. I've used them 2-3 weeks, even over the course of a month. I'm sure by that time it's not recommended. Maybe it's hard on the blaster. I don't know. I don't use it enough to worry too much about it. Although I am thinking maybe I'll get a few more of these so I can offer gel blaster parties as an alternative to Nerf. I'll tell you, it is easier for me because you don't have that ammo cleanup. It's a lot simpler to operate, but it lacks a bit of the heart and soul of Nerf, I think. I'm going to turn this on. These charge over USB. They do last quite a while. I've played with them for, a couple hours at a time with pretty decent performance. I'm going to fire past the camera a few times first and then put a few over my chronograph. So here we go. Sustain fire. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Let's go over the chronograph. Saying it's not fun. This thing hits hard. I will say another kind of downside of this thing is it hurts. This is not for a super little kid to use unless it's kind of shooting at cans or targets. That's super fun for smaller kids, but my younger kids do not like getting hit by this. When you try one of these with that rate of fire, and they're pretty accurate, they get pretty good distance, and the capacity is hard to beat. 400 rounds in here. I mean, it takes a big proton pack just to get up to that. You're going to be impressed. You're going to want one, and then you're going to get it, and then you're barely going to use it. Some people might be, I know I've talked to people who are like, oh, my friends and I, we all play, we all have gel blasters, and it's really, really cool. We love doing it. And then that's great. I mean, that's awesome. I found a lot of uses for these too. I just think if everyone is playing in a backyard battle or a battle in a field, and everyone has full auto, and everyone has high capacity and doesn't run out of ammo, it's just not as fun. I don't think. Like, full auto Nerf has a place, obviously, but I like it when it's tempered with magazines and, going through your ammo quickly so that your advantage is also a disadvantage sometimes to people with springers. I think that levels it out. We played a battle in the backyard. 4 of us had these, and it was just all of us ducking behind cover the entire battle. There was no charging for cover or changing cover or anything. It was just all suppressing fire all the time, and it sucked. But For parties where I used to use a Percy's, if I had someone in kind of a gun position defending or someone in a bunker, instead of using a Percy's, I was getting them to use these because the fire rate was about the same. Now, if the kids were old enough, if it was a party for teenagers, I would let them use these. It saved me a lot of cleanup. Really cool for that. Really hard for kids to kind of make their way across a field or from barricade to barricade, and would let one or two people hold off a lot of different kids. So these were really cool for that. They have a place. For me, I see more and more stories about them, and I'm sure people are going to get more and more into them. I think Select Fire would be a really great thing to have in one of these, so you could actually decide to enforce some more controlled fire rules. I think that would make it a lot better. I do think the wait time to make your ammo, that's definitely a trade-off. And you're not going to... I'm firing these down in my basement. I wouldn't do this very much because they do, when they hit something, they just kind of disintegrate. So it does leave a bunch of residue. You don't really want to fire these around the house too much. I wouldn't probably use these at an indoor gym or anything like that because it just does leave a bunch of stuff flying around. Lots of trade-offs. So as much as I see people using these and liking these, I like them too, but definitely know what you're getting. It kind of loses, I guess, the heart of Nerf that I was joking about, where I'm not going to mod this or take it apart or do anything to it. I mean, I guess you could. I'm sure you could, but I'm not going to try to lipo it or I'm not going to do any... Whoa. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to use it as it is. And for me, part of Nerf is using things as they are, but part of it is improving them or changing them or making them goofier. Even the ones that we use the way they are, the different ammo types and the different mechanisms and all that, if everyone just has a little blaster, whether it's big or small, that can fire out 8, 10, whatever rounds a second, and we have super high ammo capacity, I just think it's kind of boring. They are cool. Get a few with your friends, try them out. If you can get some and try them, it's great. I think there is no threat to Nerf being taken over by gel blasters. Not that anyone was saying that there was, but just I know when people try these, they get super excited and they're like, oh, is this better than Nerf? And it's so different. It's different, like paintball's different, or like Airsoft is different. That's all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to do a short video. I've seen a lot of videos with people talking about them, being excited about them. You'll be excited too if you try one. You will think it is really cool. That's fun. That's fun to do. I mean, I've looked at all these shots and I still have that much. That's kind of... Again, that's that problem. What am I going to do with these? I've accidentally made thousands of these in the middle of winter. It's been -20. I guess we'll see how long these will last. Gel Blaster Surge, when it comes to what this is, for what it is, I think these are an awesome product. They're very comfortable. They're small. They have a rechargeable battery in them. They come with a spare little hopper. The little hopper, I've always meant to check. It just looks like a pop bottle top. I almost feel like I could actually fill up a pop bottle and put it in there. I need to put that to the test and see. It has these little changeable color pieces for different teams, here and here. The Kickstarter, actually, I'm supposed to have 4 or 5 different colors. I think I got a little coupon that I could mail away for the other colors besides orange and blue. I just never did it. Maybe it's too late now. I should look into that and see. I would say if you're interested in these and you come across them, I do recommend these. Get lots of gellets, but they will take you a long way, and they're inexpensive. It's very inexpensive ammo. I forget what these cost because mine were all bundled together, but like I said, I have 250,000 rounds. I don't know if I'll ever get through these unless I start really running some parties with these, and maybe I will. The official Gel Blaster ones seem to be sold out, but I mean, I think these are the same thing, and you can get tens and tens of thousands of these for like $20 US. On the Gel Blaster Surge page on Amazon, one of these is going for $60 US. You can get a 2-pack for 112 or a 4-pack for 212. The bigger packs seem to be sold out right now. There's a bunch of other companies that make gel blasters. Again, I'm sure there'd be people kind of rolling their eyes. What a review. I don't know much about gel blasters. I've invested in Nerf, okay? There are lots of other ones out there. There's some cool ones. I'm guessing the thing that was kind of unique about this Kickstarter maybe was that they look less like a firearm. They're a little more family friendly. I just don't personally think they're as fun of a hobby thing. To someone, I'm wrong, and that's fine. I want you to have fun. That's just my take. Try one out, get super excited, and then store it in a tote and barely take it out, because when you want to, you need to hydrate your rounds for hours, and then you have so many left. There's a place for everything in the hobby. I love it all. Just don't worry, these aren't making Nerf go anywhere. Thanks for watching.